it do? What it do, y'all? This is your boy North End Floyd with another episode of the Kickback Podcast, man. This is episode 96, I think. We getting close to 100. I still don't know what we gonna do when I hit that 100 episode. I might give something away, you know what I'm saying, for reaching a milestone for me and whatever. So, but when we get to that, man, you know what I'm saying, I'll see what I'm gonna do as far as, uh, showing love for all the people that supported, shared this show and you know what I'm saying, just kept the motivation going, man. But we doing part two of is the goal still marriage? You know, do people still want to get married out there? Is that the goal, man? Do people still want that house with the picket fence, with the family and all that? Or are they tired of it? They tired of the toxic, they tired of the cheating, the lying, you know what I'm saying, the negativity, and they just done with it, you know? So we 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 had a good show part one, so I figured let's bring it back part two, and we got a couple guests on. I got returning guest Cornbread. Cornbread was good, man. Let the people know who you are.
What's up with it? Cornbread Capone, omrforlife.com,
Mm-hmm.
Unpopular Honesty Podcast every other day.
Mm-hmm.
Real Southern hip hop on a high level. Music that'll move you, motivate you, and push you in a great direction.
Facts, no doubt, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, y'all need to check out this show, man. It's a dope podcast on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I like it. You know, it keeps me interested every show that he drops, you know. So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all need to check that out. And also I have another guest, Miss Brandy Yates. Let the people know who you are.
Hey, my name is Brandy Yates. I'm the CEO of Conquering Relationships. Um, my goal is I have a podcast, but I do a bunch of things. So I do life coaching, I do live broadcast, audio podcast, just kind of a lot of things. But my goal is to bridge the gap of the misunderstandings between men and women. So a
Mm-hmm.
lot of my clients are men as well. Yes, men getting advice from women. Um, so yeah, I target men and women trying to help us unlearn and relearn some of these mindsets and habits, so that we can live our own truths and not somebody else's truth.
For sure, for sure. Man, y'all check out, man. Y'all check out her show. She's a life coach. And let the people know where you from. Where you from?
Belleville, Illinois.
Belleville, Illinois is in the building, man. So shout out to all Illinois, the Illinois people out there
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
watching, doing anything. So, but anyway, man, we talking about is the goal still marriage, and that's not really one of the questions. But Brandy, what do you think? I mean, let's start it off. Is the goal still marriage? You think in a lot of people's eyes, is that still the dream? Is that still the American dream that we paint?
To be honest, I don't know. It don't look like it's the American dream. It
Mm.
looks like it's still an option, obviously, but I don't know if I can necessarily say it's the American dream anymore.
Really? Is that the dream for you? You think is that the dream for you? What do you think? Do you want that? I don't know if you're married or not. I'm not trying to get in your business,
No,
but
you good. You good. Yeah, I want marriage. I
hmm
want marriage. I want a healthy partner overall though. So I think for now, I'm not so much as focused on marriage because I think when people are more so focused on the image of marriage, they choose any type of partner just so they can say they married.
for sure. Every time I start this show, my dog be tripping. He just go crazy. He start barking and stuff. You know what I'm saying? He only 8 pounds and he be barking like he a pit bull and stuff.
He got
But
an opinion too.
yeah, I gotta find him a girlfriend or something. But bread, you think man, what you want, man? Are you trying to settle down? Are you trying to eventually, find that one, or what it is with you though?
I accepted that because of my address, that would never happen to me.
Address.
Well, because of the city that I live in,
Mm.
uh, that won't happen for me. So I'm just trying to make the life I do live as happy as possible without that. Because what I see is, um, it's funny. It's like you got certain married people that'll come up to me and say, "Hey, don't ever get married,"
Mm-hmm.
and I'll be like, "What?" You know what I'm saying? But you gotta take into consideration, why do people say the things that they say? They're not
True.
telling you that just because it sounds good. They're telling you that for a reason. So you couple that with the mindset that's out here, uh, I do better doing what I'm doing right now, than going that route, because it's not gonna end up good, unfortunately. I wish I could say different. I wish that the circumstances could be flipped, but because of where I am, where I live, it's just not gonna happen.
I feel you on that. And let me speak for a guy that's married. Uh, I just think that I was lucky, blessed to get into the situation that I am in. She was totally opposite from the females that I was used to messing with. So I think that was one thing that um, definitely attracted me to her. She didn't like to go to clubs. She wasn't, out there fighting and arguing and, in drama and all that. She was peace. You know, I was, it was a peaceful situation. I know if I took her out to eat or whatever, it would be just great conversation and it would be relaxing. It wasn't no, you know, tension or no, nothing involved in that. So I think I kind of, I'm not gonna say lucked up into the situation, but how I met her was kind of uh it's a funny story how I met her. But I think it's I think I was just in a lucky situation that, a lot of people are fortunately um not in, A lot of people go through drama, they go through cheating and all that. And be honest with you, if I had that type of situation or if that happened to me, yeah, that would definitely um prevent me from or be reluctant to try to get married and stuff like that. I'll be scared to because then you got it's tough to trust people out here in this world, man. To be honest with you, and you
Yeah,
trust people and you out there looking stupid. That's the worst. That's one of the worst things ever to feel. You out there trusting that certain individual and you out there looking stupid. So but to each his own. But let me get to one of these questions, man. And one of these questions is let me pop it off. One of the questions is we're gonna talk about as far as like I said, going out. Do y'all think is it unattractive to a male or female that the person that they're dating goes out every chance they get? If you're talking to somebody and they're going out every weekend or when the club is jumping, or is that okay with you long as long as you could trust them or stuff like that.
I was gonna let Brandy go
Oh,
first.
no, for me that's not okay. I'll be 35 next month. So I feel like at a certain age that you're at, your goal should be something else other than every party that pops up throughout the week and on weekends. Like you should be have something else that you're building and working towards other than partying, especially if it's every weekend.
Hmm.
That's a no for me. Um, and I will purposely not date anybody like that because I don't believe in going into something trying to change a person. So if I meet you in that season of your life, I got to expect that that's just what you're going to do, and I got to know that it's going to be so many problems trying to change you from doing that. So I don't take interest in people that's in the lifestyle of needing to party all throughout the week and on weekends, every
Mm.
weekend.
Brad, what you think?
It's a no go for me. I'm very strict. Got some very tough standards, and excessive partying. That's one of them. Can't do it. I've been there, done that. Maybe if I was younger, yeah. But as you get older, it doesn't do anything for you anymore.
You think the person that's going out like that often? Do you think they realize that? I don't think guys or I don't think females like when I go out. Do you think they understand they're going out every other a day or every weekend? And sometimes that be the people be like, oh, it ain't no good men out there or it ain't no good females out there. But really, to be honest with you, good 8 times out of 10, nobody wants somebody that's always going to the club or that's always out with their friends and stuff like that. Especially when you get older. I think when you get older, I think like the house is more comfortable. I think you want to, or just just being comfortable with that person. I don't think going out to the club and doing this or that person partying. I think at a certain age you just kind of want to be settled in.
You're right.
For for me, I feel like the reason I say no with partying in clubs is because as you get older, like I said, you gotta bring some type of excitement or some new stuff to the relationship or the marriage. So it's like if all you know is partying and clubbing, how far are we going to get? You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Especially if I'm not the type of person that parties and clubs like that. It's like, okay, so now I got to retrain you on, hey, we can have fun by going bowling, or hey, we can have game nights, or it's I don't know if y'all have that there, but they got top golf type things. We can go to an arcade, do be a big kid as a grown up. Like it's other things we can do to have fun. And if all you know, if your fun is only partying and clubbing, like I feel like it's a battle I don't want to have, and especially if you're in your 30s, 40s, like nah, 50s, nah.
Yeah, because on my timeline, I see a lot of people they constantly going out, and they constantly partying, and that be the main ones that's single, and that's be the main ones that be complaining about it ain't no good people out there. And I think that if you keep going out to a club, you're not gonna meet a lot of good people that's going out to the club because you're gonna be drunk. You know what I'm saying? The guy might just want you for one thing. He intoxicated and stuff like that. So, you know, he ain't seeing you for what you is or what you want to be seen as. So I just think me personally, I'm laid back. I'm chill. Now you could go out with your homegirls every now and then and stuff like that. Cool. I ain't tripping on that. But if you going out every week and that's like that's dipping into maybe us going out to enjoy ourselves,
Yes, yes.
then man, I don't think you're ready for. It. I don't think you're ready for the type of situation that I'm ready for. And I think people overlook those red flags like that. I think they just think like, man, that person's hot, that person's fine. I'm feeling her, and they just deal with it. And in the long run, it just don't end healthy.
I've so I'm a life coach, so I have men and women clients, and outside of having clients, I also do like group personal sessions just to have these type of conversations.
Mm-hmm.
And there were a nice amount of men who live that lifestyle, and they have been in relationships or married and long term ones, and now they're not. So I don't know if they're going through a finding themselves stage. I don't know, but they have said that they have not seen not one woman out of all the partying they've done. They've not seen one woman that they will actually cuff.
Really?
And I said, if that is the case, then why are you continuing to be in that environment? Like, why not change your environment to try to find a different type of woman? If you know that these are the type of women that be in this situation, and they are the type of women that you will never wife or anything like that. And a lot of them were lost. They were just like, I don't know, they going through stuff in life and all they want to do is have fun. And so I'm like, you're letting the fun and the partying take you away from facing whatever the issues is that you're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do that, you as a man, I don't feel like you are built to be a leader. If you don't sit down for a minute and face your ish, you know,
For
face
sure.
it, get you some goals. You gotta be a leader,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't just say, I want a girl, but you ain't got nowhere to lead her.
Yeah,
You
I
know.
like Terry. I like Terry Roy. Um, I like his answer. He says, "Fix your favorite beverage at home, and y'all dance together at home."
Oh yeah.
I think that'd be dope too. You
It's
know what I'm saying?
intimate. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
intimate. It's peaceful. It's a connection. Yeah.
yeah. Hey, shout out to Terry Roy, man. He a regular on the show. He always tuning in. He always sharing and stuff like that. Hey, y'all share the show, man. Y'all
I like the
everybody out here.
comment.
Yeah, everybody out there, man. Y'all share the show, man. Y'all show some love. It only take 2 seconds to do all this. Hey, Kyrie, chill out. What's going down there? Shout out to Clint, man. He been tapping in also.
For sure.
Um, yeah, Clint. He just man, he followed me on Instagram and Facebook. Shout out to the homie. I don't know him and stuff, but you know what I'm saying. He be tapping in though, so I gotta show love. That's your classmate, Ozan.
Yeah.
For sure, for sure. Let's tap in. Let's move on. Um, I got another question right here. Do multiple kids scare a male or a female from being in a committed relationship? What y'all think about that?
Ooh.
Do
Man.
multiple kids scare a male or a female from being in a committed relationship? I'm gonna tell you, like, let me start off. I'm gonna tell you like this. When I was younger, man, when I was younger, I was like in my early 20s, it scared me. You know what I'm saying? I talked to a female, and at the time she had like 3 kids, and we was only like 21 or something like that. She already had 3 kids, and I was like, I wasn't ready for that commitment because, you know, um, when you go out with somebody, when you dating somebody, I mean, the kids is, it's kind of, it's like a package deal. You can't just take her out to eat and be like, disregard the kids. I mean, you can have that one on one, but she got some kids she got to take care of or whatever, and you can't just do everything cater to her and you know don't acknowledge that she have kids. So at the point in time, I wasn't financially able to. I mean, ready to take care of a woman with multiple kids like that. Now I'm older now, and let me just say, if I was hypothetically single, um, I would say it is a cutoff limit for me. Maybe I think maybe 3 would be at the most or whatever. But if we got 4 or 5, that'd be a little sketchy right there. But I mean, to each his own. But I'm gonna say in my younger days, yes, multiple kids would stop me from being in a committed relationship. And I think she even asked me that. I think she even told me we would be together if I didn't have all these kids, and I just said no. I didn't want to lie. I didn't want to be honest with her, so I just like nah. I say nah. That ain't. Say no. That don't have nothing to do with it. But in fact, it definitely did. So, I mean, I just to me, it depends on the age range, and if you go afford it. So,
Well,
Brandy, what cornbread? What y'all think about
well,
that? Sierra say, "Ouch." Sierra,
it's,
my bad. You got 3 kids. Sierra got 3 kids. So I mean, you was at the.
then
She
and
said, she said ouch to something else. I don't know what she posted that for.
Uh,
She had been posted that.
okay. All right. My bad.
it scares me. It scares a lot of men. Um, I've seen it scare women off too. It works both ways, I guess. Mm,
Brad, what's your cutoff limit, man? If you if you was talking to a female, if you seen a female and she said she had a certain number of kids, what would be your cutoff on the kids?
I say, I say 3.
3, 3. Brandy, if you was talking to a male, you say, "Hey, man, I got some kids or whatever." What? How many kids is like? Ooh,
It's various factors for me. Um, for me, I would say one of those factors is not so much as the how many kids as it is how many baby mamas.
okay,
Um,
okay, I like that.
that's one major factor. The other factor is it's not so much as how many kids, but the ages. Because my
Okay,
son is 13, I don't want any more kids. So I have to take into consideration kind of what you said a little earlier, like you have to bond with them. You're not just bonding with him,
it's a
but
package
if
deal.
if this is the person you're going to be with, you got to bond with their kids too. So you got to be in a mental state, an emotional state, and financial state to want to be able to do that. So I don't know. It's just various factors. I gotta see, like I said, the baby mama. I'm too old at this point. I got a brand. I ain't got time to be dealing with baby mama drama. So you can have one kid, and if the baby mama crazy and you can't control her, it's a no for me. So it's not necessarily how many kids, I guess. So
Yeah, that's definitely a deal breaker if you can't control the baby mama or the baby father and all that. You know what I'm saying? They popping up at the house and they see that you with your man or something like that, and they want to act extra. You know what I'm saying? When you can't control that situation, that's definitely um
Red
I
flag.
don't yeah, that's I don't need to be in that type of drama and stuff like
yeah.
that. When you're able to control it, then maybe we can make something happen and stuff. But let me get to some of the comments. Let me see what they saying. Uh, Miss Adams says it scares women as well. Yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying? So, Clint said with kids, you're gonna have to get in good with them and the mom, and that could be some work. You just got to put it in. What's up, my boy Freddie Monroe? What it do? Toya, she said if we're talking about adult children, that's one thing. You know what? With adult children, you definitely got to bond with them because they're a little bit older, and that can be like they can really voice their opinion. Like Brandy, you got a 13-year-old son, so uh, he could be like, man, I don't like you. He could be like, the son could be like, you come over and try to visit Brandy, and then Brandy, you might step out, and he'd be like, man, I don't really like you being with my mom, or whatever. You got some kids like that be like, man, I don't like to see my mom with nobody else.
So you brought up. I'm glad you said that part because I didn't mention that too. It okay. So another factor is how controllable your kids are. I don't. My son is very respectable, so I
Okay.
don't raise him to disrespect somebody else. So if he did feel that way, he wouldn't say it to the other person. He would bring it to me.
Hmm.
But I do feel like if a person has kids and they're in that situation, you have to be also mature enough to have a conversation with your kid or adult kid, whoever, and actually ask them, what is your reasoning? Because if
Hmm.
you don't have a legit reason of why you don't like this person, I'm not going to stop dating them just because you're saying you don't like them. Like you got to have a legit reason as to why you don't like the person I'm dating.
Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. Um, yeah, and like I said, man, the question was, we finna get off of it, but the question was, do multiple kids scare a male or female from being in a committed relationship? And I think, depending on certain factors, I think we all agree that it does. And especially when you get older. When you get older, you're gonna deal with somebody with kids.
Yep. Yep.
So I mean that's just the way it is. When you get your 30s and 40s or whatever, you're gonna deal with some people with kids and even grandkids. So I mean, you got to be mentally prepared for that anyway. So I mean, if you out here trying to look for some female without any kids or something, you might have to go search younger if that's your preference, male or female, and stuff like that. So Miss Jackson, she got a long comment.
I
Whew, that's long, Miss Jackson. I mean, I'm gonna post it on there, but I mean, we finna move on to the next question though. But I appreciate you. Also, man, if y'all want to call in and voice y'all opinion, you don't have to comment on here. You could just call 409-233-0017. I mean, that's scrolling at the bottom if y'all want to call in and voice y'all opinion on a particular topic that we talking about. So let me get to something else, man. Uh does sex make or break a relationship? You know what I'm saying? Does sex make or break a relationship? And I think I'm just finna I mean, how I'm feeling right now, because I mean, tomorrow it might be a different opinion. But I'm just gonna say right now, I think it does. I think it's like a 50-50 as far as sex. I think you have to be mentally attracted to the person, and I think you have to be physically, which is sexually attracted to the person too. I think y'all got to communicate on y'all needs, on what y'all like, because communication can probably um take care of it or help it. But in my opinion, I think sex does make or break a relationship. It probably can, what I'm saying, it probably can force that person to entertain somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
You said it probably can or it will.
I put probably just to be on the safe side.
Ain't no probably. It definitely will. It
Yeah.
definitely will. I don't know too many men that can go without sex or would personally choose to go without sex. So
Mm, okay. Brad, what you think? You think it's
Uh,
making a breaking? I mean, I know you married to hip hop.
yeah,
You,
uh,
you married to hip hop.
but just looking at the streets though, and what they
Mm-hmm.
value, yeah, sex is very high on the what I'm saying, standards of most people today. And yes, a relationship can be made or broken
Ken Wall.
due to sex, lack thereof, not that good. Yeah, all that plays a part in it. It plays a very major role in it.
Yeah, and somebody said something. Sierra said it can if one person is an info and the other person is not. And let me tell you, I got a homie. I'm not gonna say his name because I don't want to put him out there, but he was telling me about a relationship he was in, where he's in, and she's a nympho. Like he's a like he's a pretty wild guy, but he said that she is a nympho like 4, 5 times a day, and he said it's taking him out,
Gotta eat
and
your Wheaties.
he said he don't know he can keep up too longer, and I think that right there, yeah, that might can be a break if it's too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang, like chill, like you know what I'm saying. And he in one of those situations.
So I would say to something like that too is we got to be realistic when we are dating somebody, because if you know that may be a problem, don't accept that in the beginning. And or just because it sounds good at the moment, or you trying to win this person over, don't do something that you can't keep up with.
Mm.
Like, because eventually, yeah, that's gonna get to a point where you get tired. You like, oh my god, dang again,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna cause a problem.
Yeah.
But if that person was always like that in the beginning, like, they didn't fool you, you fooled yourself. You got to know your limits with that, because sex is a workout. That ain't just no,
Yeah.
that takes
Especially
energy, like
mm,
time, like it's a
yeah,
lot.
the older you get, man, that true. That could be your exercise for a couple days.
Yeah,
You know
facts.
what I'm saying? You ain't no spring chicken no more. But yeah, sex, and I think it's important to communicate too on what the person likes. A lot of people they have sex and they have sex with the person they don't even or whoever they're dealing with, and they don't even communicate with what they like. They just have sex and just have sex, not knowing that this person like this or this person like that, and it don't be no communication. It might be like this person might want to have sex and you might want to have it, but y'all just not communicating. You know what I'm saying? So I think communication definitely plays a important role in sex and stuff like that. So and to be honest with you, and as far as it getting boring, so let's just say as far as like sex getting boring to certain people, that's when the communication really needs to play a part. Cause I mean, maybe you need to spice it up. Maybe you need to text her while she at work and tell her certain things, or vice versa. You know what
Right,
I'm saying? So I mean, the older you get, um, you kind of want to keep it a little new and a little fresh
right.
and stuff like that. So, because like, the sex dies down for a lot of people too.
Yeah. So, and I see this comment. So, KT, no, you missed the whole point of that.
KT a little
Look, I can
he
already tell what type he is. You missed the whole point of that, because first of all, 4 to 5 times a day ain't even realistic, to be honest. And
uh
then secondly, only people that can really do it 4 to 5 times a day is people who ain't got nothing else going on in their life. So
yeah, KT keep it a little spicy, man, and stuff like that.
yeah,
Ginger said sex is important for couples and also good for anxiety and stress. Yeah, that's good. I like that
it
comment,
is.
Ginger. I like that. She must have Googled that. You Googled that,
No, it
huh,
is.
Ginger?
It is. That's really a good benefit of that. That's why I don't agree with couples not having sex weekly. Like, I don't agree when couples say they go without sex. They have sex like 2 3 times a month. I'm like, what?
Mm.
How? Like, you should be having it more than that. Not no 4 to 5 times a day, but you definitely should be having it more than 3 to 4 times a month with your partner.
Yeah, you know what? I know a guy. He was only getting sex on his birthday. That was it. He was only getting sex on his birthday. And I had to tell him, like, bro, you might have to check, make sure she ain't cheating on you. Because if you only getting it on your birthday. So I was like, what if it's that time? What if that time if that's the time for her? He was like, he don't get it. He just don't get it. I was like, oh no, my brother. I say what? And he was like, even sometimes in the bed, he'll make a move on her. Bam, she'll swat his hand. And I was like, dang, bro, I felt bad. I'm not even gonna lie. I felt real bad. It almost, I felt Will Smith for him. I felt like how people feeling about Will Smith. I felt like this man was suffering. So, but I mean, to each his own. He's still with us. So, I mean, it was only so much I could say. I wasn't trying to push him into a divorce just because of that. I mean, that ain't my thing or whatever. But I mean, dang, man, like, I mean, the stress build up, the frustration build up and stuff like that. So Ken say she only giving it to giving the N word the butt on a payday. Okay, yeah, once a year, the side dude, or could have been side female, could have been a side female. Who knows? These days, it's different these days, or whatever. So, um, man, let me get on this. Let me switch the topic on whether the cornbread gonna he go like this one. Um,
He so quiet.
is hip hop mentally destroying black love? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, he my idol since 92, 93, Snoop Dogg. I used to want to be like Snoop Dogg. I'm not even gonna lie. He was the coolest cat I ever seen rapping. He had the candy curls. He was on the beach cruise. He was doing his thing, but he rapped a lot of negativity about women. And I think from that then on, you listen to a lot of hip hop music and it's not, it's dogging out women. It's calling them B's, it's calling them H's, it's calling them tricks, it's calling them all kind of words and stuff like that. And I think when the youngsters listen to this, I think it's like, man, I'm not finna get out her because my homeboys go think I'm a simp or something. So I just, you think hip hop is playing a part as far as destroying the black love out there?
Definitely is because you
Surprise
started
me.
you started talking about my era of music, the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when Snoop was out there talking about these ain't, you still had positive rap going on at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Heavy D was out talking about love at about the same time when
Yeah.
Snoop was doing his thing.
Yep.
So you had balance back then. Today, there's no balance because you can't point to one rapper who made a hit record or a song that you're familiar with that speaks about love.
Mm. Mm.
They don't talk about love no more because love really, it's crazy to say, but love don't fit in hip hop right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a song that's dedicated. That I'm trying to think of a love song, a rapper that wrote a love song. Late, I
Not
can't think.
lately.
I can't think of one,
Not lately. They not
especially on
make
the radio.
they make love songs to drugs.
Yeah, Future make a lot of love songs and drugs, though.
I mean, but they ain't talking about. It's not like Common the Light. It's not LL Cool J. I Need
uh,
Love. It's
yeah,
not. Um,
talk.
it's a whole bunch of classic hip hop love records that I can name. But this generation of music doesn't have that. They're
Mm.
not talking about love. I talk about love. I have a record coming out called Ladies Room that
Mm-hmm.
addresses the women, you know what I'm saying, from a male perspective. Uh, and I speak about love on there. You know, I feel like it's balanced because it has a little bit of love, it has a little bit of ratchet, it has a little bit of conservativeness, it has a little bit of I hate you B
Mm.
because that's life. Every day you wake up, you're not gonna be happy. Every day you wake up, you're not gonna be upset. But if you have all those feelings and emotions captured in one project, I believe that your question um, could be answered a little different after the ladies' room comes out, and you
Mm.
could say,
Okay.
"Okay, here goes a rapper who's talking about love."
And when that come out, though.
Oh, that's summertime.
Okay.
We ain't far from it. We
Uh,
not far from it at all.
okay, Miss Trina. I know that we're not necessarily blaming hip hop. I'm just saying, as far as the youngsters out there, when they the ones who get heavily influenced by this music out here.
Well, let me say this: hip hop should get the blame because hip hop right now, a major reason why hip hop has went down the drain is partially because of the consumers. The people who listen to it, the people who listen to the radio, the people who watch them half-ass award shows with them half of homos on it. I'm sorry. Let's just be real about it. Hip
Okay.
hop is down. Hip hop went down the drain over a decade ago. Over a day. I'm saying that, and I'm a rapper myself.
So
It went
20,
down the drain
2012,
years ago.
2010,
Before
2012.
it went down before that. Try
Mm.
Lil Wayne and Soldier Boy. That's the point where it went down the toilet. And from that point, we can see the trajectory of the game going down, the quality of the game going down. Who has outside of Kendrick Lamar? You can't name another rapper with a classic album or even decent album.
Mm, I'm
Hip
trying
hop
to.
has went down the drain because we lost our. First of all, there's no social commentary. There's no news that we can use. There's no love. There's no brighter day. There's just doom and gloom. It's just death, death, murder, death, kill, go to jail, do drugs, fuck all the hoes, drive all the fancy cars, got all the jewelry, and that's all everybody talking about. I'm sorry, hip hop is not that.
Okay,
That is, that is
Trina not agreeing. Miss Adams not agreeing. Hey, you
I'm
got
sorry.
409. You got 409-233-0017. If y'all don't agree, if y'all want to tap
Hey,
in,
I'm sorry. I'm just being truthful because
he was down.
ain't nobody out in hip hop right now promoting nothing
Mm.
good. Nothing good. Not love, not respect, not honor, none of that. But everybody jam them. Well, y'all jam them. I don't listen to noise pollution. I have a hip hop house. Noise pollution don't play in my house or my car. And I don't allow my son to listen to it either.
I'm trying to
So
see.
I'm curious as to the two that said they don't agree. What do y'all think is destroying Black love?
Yeah, they say they don't agree with that. Miss Adams, shout out to Miss Adam and Miss Trina. Shout out to Miss Trina. They say they don't agree with that. I'm trying to see as far as 2012. I'm trying to see who put out a classic album since 2012. Uh, I might be a little biased on certain things or
Jay
whatever.
Z 444, but people don't count Jay Z because he's not a part of this generation.
Nah, he's definitely not a part of the generation or whatever. But he's still, as far as more, one of the best lyricists out there. He's still putting together uh better songs than a lot of these artists because you can't really understand a lot of these artists.
Unknown caller.
Oh, hold on, let me see. I think this might be spam or something. Okay, hold on. We got a caller. Let me get the caller. Hey, caller.
Hi.
Hey, what's up? You on the Kickback
Can you hear me?
podcast? Yeah, I can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay. So this is Trina. This is TRE. So I heard them ask basically for those who disagree. Then what do we think it is? So I mean I'm not in a position to type all of that. So I just want to hear
Right.
the call me.
For sure. And I
Right?
appreciate you for
Okay.
calling.
So this is so this is my deal. Like first and foremost, this blanket statement. I am not a fan of us trying to blame something for people's choices. Like for me, that's an issue. And then when we start talking about like black love as a whole, and then we start referencing these younger people as if they are the representative of black love as a whole.
Mm.
That's why I ask, like, is that the new thing that we're blaming? Like, it's so many different dynamics that play a role in the state of what we consider black love. So to try to say, is this one thing destroying it when really, once again, same way, Floyd, when we did the podcast on this social media
Mm.
causing this and causing that. It is about what you do with it. Because the fact is, like I told you before, everything can be perverted. You know, even the things that we use for positive reasons and for good can be perverted and used for negative. But to simply just be like, oh, this is destroying us. There are some people that, to be honest with you, I mean, all black people don't listen to hip hop. But that don't mean that just because they don't listen to hip hop that their love life or whatever we're talking about when we consider quote unquote black love is amazing or perfect. So my thing is when I say that I don't agree with trying to pinpoint or put that whole dynamic or that phenomenon on one thing. And I surely don't think that we need to be so simplistic about it. Because the fact is we have choices to make. And it's about interpretations, but how do you blame a music genre for the breakdown in relationships? I think the bigger issue is the fact that if that's what they're using to give them guidance for life, that's a bigger issue. The same thing with social media.
Mm.
Like that just don't make sense to me.
I feel what you're saying, and that's
It is,
definitely uh That's definitely a dope opinion. I like your opinion on how you broke that down. But do you understand as far as what do you think about as far as like hip hop, the negativity on the black female, the disrespect of the black female? Like it's just popular. I mean, you hear it on the radio.
Yeah, but see, my thing is when we start talking about when that started, I mean, I'm in my 30s, and that didn't start no 10 years ago. I mean, if we listen to early Too Short, you know what I'm saying? If we listen to early Snoop Dogg, I mean, I was little then. Like, so I'm saying, like, when we start talking about this hip hop destroying black love, that was a long time ago. So, are we going to really go back to what? 20, 25 years ago and say, oh, yeah, it's destroying it. Like, that's a long span of time to say that that's responsible for what we are considering the issues now. It's a lot of other things that play a role in that. Now, I'm not saying that there may not be no influence of any kind coming from there, but the
Hmm.
fact is to blame, no. I'm sorry, no, because the fact is there are some people that listen to that same music that are loving people. So it has something to do more with just simply the existence of these songs. You know what I'm saying? And the
Hmm.
existence of this genre or whatever. To be honest with you, when you say hip hop, you might want to define what you mean by that because a lot of this stuff sounds like pop to me. So there's a lot of the stuff that they're talking about don't sound like hip hop. If we're talking about traditional hip hop, it sounds like pop music.
I agree.
Okay.
You
So
know? So that's what I'm saying. Like, at the end of the day, we know that the roots of hip hop was that of, a message and this and that. But, all things evolve. But a lot of the things that, to be honest with you, I don't necessarily consider Future to be just straight hip hop because he's not really a lyricist. You know what I'm saying? It's just more feel good music. Nah, because I mean, I'm not going to act like I don't listen to Future. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I'm not going to act like I don't listen to March Madness. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, if you're going to talk about traditional hip hop, I don't know if that necessarily fits,
Mm,
and
true.
So that's
I
what I'm
agree with
saying.
that.
But,
I agree with that.
Dope.
but I mean, it's all good. Like, I agree to disagree, and I respect everybody's, opinions because we all have a right to have one. But it's just that for me, especially with what I do,
Hmm.
I consider dynamics. And there are multiple things that play a role in things. You know what I'm saying? There are so many dialectics that play a role in things. So that's all I'm saying is that to try to just, minimize it and be like, okay, so this is what it is. Nah, it's so much more going on.
So
And why don't you tell the audience or the people that's listening what do you do? You say in as far as what you do. I know what you do, but
Okay, so I'm Trina. I usually come on sometimes with Floyd. I'm
hmm
a cognitive behavior therapist here in Beaumont with my own practice, the Rose Center. So
exactly.
that's
So
what I
y'all
do.
the Rose. So y'all check out the Rose Center. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all need a therapist, a dope therapist, but that's gonna be another show. You know what I'm saying? As far as mental health and stuff like that. But if you having mental health issues and if you want to get some help, then holla at Miss TR Eve. Holla at the Rose Center,
Hmm.
and she'll get you
Yeah,
right,
I
man.
appreciate you.
All right,
Thank
thank you
you.
for tapping in.
All right.
um,
Okay,
I'm
that
just
was dope. I
I'm
like
not
your
really
perspective.
yeah, I'm not really into the music thing like that, so I don't really have too much to say. The only thing I'm gonna leave off with that is that the three of y'all are right. Cornbread, you're right. Trina, you're right. I don't know if her. I don't, sorry if I mispronounced your name. Is it Helena?
I think yeah, Helena, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. All three of you guys are right. Neither one of you guys are wrong in what you're saying. I think when we're having these discussions, we have to realize that not one thing or solution will work for everybody. So just because you may not feel hip hop is affecting it does not mean that it's not affecting a certain dynamic of people. And so I feel like when we're having these conversations, we got to get to the root of issues, and hip hop, pop, whatever you want to say, music in general is one of those factors that is a root in destroying black love. So I don't want us to get into the argument of, well, why are you saying hip hop and not pop? I don't want to get into that type of argument.
Yep.
It's not about the genre, it's about music as a whole. Is it destroying black love? Yes, it is. Now, whatever genre you choose to say is destroying, that's your personal opinion. We can't argue that. But it definitely goes back to, you have to get down to the roots. You know,
Mm-hmm.
there's, and I love what Helena, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, because I'm a life coach, and my focus is accountability and mindset change. And I love what she said. Blaming anyone other than ourselves takes away from the accountability factor, and it really, really does. But in taking accountability, you have to know what is hindering you and what is not. And for some people, hip hop is very damaging.
Mm-hmm.
So, accountability is individuality. It's not a whole factor. It's not well, you can't say hip hop is not damaging. Well, yes, you can say it's not damaging, or it is damaging. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, some of those arguments, I feel like we have and we shouldn't have, because we miss the points of what is really being said when we try to narrow down on a certain wording of something.
True, true, true indeed. Man, that was a very opinionated.
My bad.
No, no, no.
I said
I'm
a
just
lot. I
saying.
know I said a lot.
No, no, not you. I'm just saying the topic in itself.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So, but I got another one. Let's get on, man. Let's get on. I got two. I got a couple more topics, man. And this one is about men. Are men afraid of women who have just as much as them?
Mm.
You think men are afraid of women that are accomplishing goals and knocking off things and probably have more or accomplish more things than the man itself? That can you think that can be intimidating to me?
Certain men are intimidated by that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I see that happening. You know what I'm saying, a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, every it's not every man though. Every man is not intimidated. Some men get turned on by an ambitious woman.
True.
You know,
Can't
but
say give him. Can't say hell nah. Give me that check. Can't be wallet. I'm with that. I'm with that. I think as a man, I think you should want your woman, or if you, or let's just say, I'm just thinking if he's already with a female, I think a man should push his lady to accomplishing goals and achieving things. You know what I'm saying, to better herself. That's how I feel. Now meeting a woman that already has those goals and stuff like that, I think that's a benefiting factor, because she has her own motivation. She don't need you to motivate her, and she probably can motivate you. Everybody needs somebody that to motivate them to reaching a goal or whatever. If they get halfway and they think like, oh man, I don't know, and you have that person out there that's backing up, that's motivating you. But I think that you are right, cornbread. I think some men see females, and they doing their thing, they got their own house, they got a nice job, they live in life, and they don't technically need a man as far as financial wise. And I think some guys is like, they might throw a stipulation on her, they might throw they might throw a title on her, like, oh, she's bitchy, or um she's controlling. So I think on that aspect, a lot of men do throw titles on those type of women that already accomplished those things to make themselves feel a little good and be like, ah man, I would talk to her, but oh, she controlling, or she got an attitude, or you know what I'm saying. So uh yeah, I think men are afraid of women who, and it's levels, you know what I'm saying. Maybe they just afraid that they might get shot down too.
yeah, because people are afraid of rejection.
That's, yeah, especially nowadays. Especially nowadays, you hop in her inbox and she might post a message or screenshot it or something like that. So a lot of guys just turned off on that factor. Um, but uh, it gets a little tough. What do you think, Brandy? You think men are afraid of women who have just as much as them? I mean, have you met any guys that's like a little nervous speaking to you, or was reluctant to speak to you because, and are you just shooting those guys down too? Are women just saying like,
So
you don't got that, and just shooting them down, crash burning?
this is another one. It's like it's really no set answer, because
Okay.
I really believe it's a very low percentage of men that are afraid of
Mm,
women that got. I think the percentage is way lower than we are saying that it is.
okay. Okay.
Um, the thing is with that, and again, I life coach, so I deal with a lot of people, their mindsets, their ways, everything. So the women that I've seen say that men are afraid, sorry, sir, but they are controlling. They are controlling. They have horrible attitudes. You can't tell them nothing, etc., etc. So
Okay.
the thing with that, I wouldn't even necessarily say afraid is the word. I would just say men are just, they're not, they don't want to tolerate it. It's like, I'll just have sex with you and move on. Like, I don't want to commit to a woman who you got this high status, so now you feel like you run me, or now you feel like, you are above me. You don't look at us as a partner. Now you feel like, oh, I make more than you, so you beneath me. So men
Mm.
just, it ain't they afraid, they don't want to put up with the BS. So I'd rather just sleep with you and move on about my way. It's not necessarily being afraid. It's just shit, they just don't got time for what comes with it.
Okay, Ken is definitely agreeing with you on that, Brandy.
Oh, now
Okay.
he agreeing.
Yeah. Ken definitely siding with you on that. Helena said good point. And they shouldn't. Okay. Ken said he don't want a strong, independent black woman. We could go different ways with
Yeah,
that.
this topic almost needs its own separate, because it's different factors to hit on that. It almost needs its own separate broadcast.
Mm-hmm. And yo, like I said, man, if y'all wanna get in tune, get familiar with Brandy, she has her own podcast. She's a life coach. Um, so Brandy, so if okay, I was gonna go to the end of the show, but I see a lot of people feeling you and loving the comments and stuff like that because you new to the show. Cornbread, he's a vet. You know what I'm saying? I love having Cornbread on, so a lot of people are familiar with him already. But as far as you, people that are loving you, how can they? You know what I'm saying? How can they find you and be like, man, I'm feeling what she's saying. Let me go follow her. How can they follow you?
So before y'all do that, let me just warn y'all. The
Uh
same thing y'all like me for, y'all probably gonna hate me for later. But I'm telling you, I'll be on the accountability and the mindset. I do not play when it comes to me getting into these topics. So beware before you follow me. But you can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. You can follow Conquering Relationships. I don't know if I could type that on there, but Conquering Relationships.
Yeah, just tag it like after the show. Just tag it. I'll share it. I'll share it for if people want to, get in contact and want to follow you. Brandy. Oh, what's up, Chris? What's up, Christopher Matthews? Ginger was like Brandy speaking for sure. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot. And if I skip y'all comments, my bad, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we talking, we having a conversation. And I appreciate y'all comments and stuff. And I'll try to post all y'all if I could, but we gotta continue moving on to the show. And I can't just be going over every comment like that because then the show will be like 2 hours and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But Miss Lemons, she said having standards can be a turnoff to some men. Ooh. I guess to the men that can't relate, I mean that can't identify with, you know
Thank
what I'm
you,
saying?
Ginger. Yes. Yep.
So
And I'm a to Elaine, yes. And I like that word more, turn off versus being afraid. So I don't think they're afraid of women that have standards, but if they don't want anything serious with you, or they don't want to really boss up, as they need to be in a relationship, then yeah, it could be a turn off, because that means I got to put in actual work to get what I want. Nah, I don't really want you like that. I just, so
and just and let me flip the script as far as vice versa too. Uh, are men afraid? Are women afraid? Do you think women are afraid of a man who has, or is that something that they want? They want, that guy that can provide for them. But do you think certain women are afraid if they see a guy, what I'm saying, doing this thing, and they might think that, it's levels, and I might not, reach his level or whatever? Do you think females are afraid to, or do you think that, hey, that guy might be on a, he might not like me. He's doing this, he's doing that. Why would he like me? You think females feel that way too?
I,
Or they jumping on that?
yeah, I think they jumping on it, because we want somebody to look like they can provide for us. So I don't think we afraid of that.
Okay, all right. What they had a movie. They had a movie, isn't it? Nah, it's a Tyler Perry movie or whatever. But that was a Tyler Perry movie with the chick. I think she was cleaning up the office buildings or something like that. And Tyler Perry was like the CEO or something, and he ran into her one day and they ended up falling in love and all that type of stuff. You know, I'm saying it's a Tyler Perry movie, but she was kind of tripping and she didn't think, she was in his league and stuff. So I was just having to throw it out there just to slide that in there though.
Yeah. I mean, I think it happens, but I don't probably happen more on the movies than in real life.
Yeah, for sure. Especially with a Tyler Perry movie. They kind of all kind of scripted a little bit. She say might be a little intimidated, but not that much. But yeah, man, to speak on it, are men afraid of women who have just as much as them? And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's a lot of men out there that are low key leeching on women. I got a homegirl that I know of, man. She dealing with a dude that's no car, no job, nothing, just leeching. So uh, some men they not really afraid of women that got more than them. They actually kind of
That's
want
an
it because
opportunity.
yeah,
Yes.
it's like
Yes.
an opportunity for them to keep doing what they doing, which is probably nothing, and have the female keep providing, dropping her off to work, picking her up for work and all kind of stuff. So you do have those cats out there too. That's looking for the opportunity, that don't have nothing to provide for the female but dick. I'm just gonna be honest with you. They don't have nothing to provide for that female but sex. So they actually are looking for, they not afraid of women who have just much, and that's the opportunity. So they could get out of their mom house or whoever house they in and just go, what I'm saying, slide on in and do what they gotta do and stuff like
Leave their
that.
baby
So
mama house.
yeah, for sure. I mean, it'd be like that. So but man, this is another question, man. And I thought of this question last night. Um, I think a lot of people, the question is understanding his or her needs before you get into the relationship. And I think a lot of people, my opinion only, I think when people get into a relationship, they don't really understand what that person is needing at that particular moment. You know what I'm saying? You get in a relationship or whatever, you talking and y'all like each other and y'all feeling each other out. But as far as understanding what that person wants, I think uh as they get farther along into the relationship, then they start to have arguments because the understandings is different. That person might not, like we was talking about, as far as a person going out to the club a lot. That person might not want you. That person might need somebody that's I'm not going to say like a homie person, but a person that's I need you close with me. I don't need you out like that. I would prefer a person that's home with me all the time. And I think a lot of people, when they get in a relationship, they don't have that communication and they don't have that understanding about what that person wants in a relationship. They just get together, and then as time goes, conflicts happen because I don't think they discuss the understanding before the relationship.
And that part right there, the very last part. Because to me, I feel like these are things that should be discussed and established before you become exclusive. Like I said earlier, like I wouldn't date a dude that's going out all throughout the week and every weekend because you're showing me what you're doing. So if I decide to be with you, I'm literally finna be fighting a battle trying to get you to stop going out so much and be home with me. I don't want to have that battle or that fight.
Mm-hmm.
So I just will not date a person who lives that lifestyle. So I feel like for a lot of us, we get with people knowing how they are, or they're showing us how they are, and we're hoping that after we become exclusive, that they're changed. We're just hoping that they
Exactly.
understand.
Yeah, that's the key word. They hope that after months together that person would change and fit what they want them to be and stuff like that. But cornbread, you think females in this area think a certain way, and their understanding in this area is different. Why do you think that females in this area particular, the understanding is not them?
Because the history of Beaumont, in a sense, has always been a following city, meaning
Oh,
we
okay.
don't have our own. We have our own identity, but instead of having our own identity, we rather roll with somebody else's identity. We
Mm,
rather dress it up and make it look like Atlanta. We rather dress it up and make it look like New York. rather
Mm-hmm.
dress it up and make it look like Los Angeles, but really this is Beaumont.
Mm-hmm.
That affects the mindset also because you have society standards, you have the internet and social media, you
Mm-hmm.
have the music, which all plays a role because this is all programming. All this is programming you. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, and there we are in the middle of it all because we don't have no understanding.
Yeah, and like I said, I think I think a lot of people to not run that person off because they like that person. And I think they don't discuss some of those understandings or what they particularly want in a relationship because they don't want to run that person off. And like Brandy was saying, um, you know, as far as like the understanding of a person, you know, you just kind of, I mean, if you ain't been in a relationship in a long time or a while and you like that person, but you want to tell that person like, look, I'm not the type that goes out all the time. I like to chill, have a dinner, but you might be scared that you might run that person off or something like that. Or like, I like to go to church every Wednesday and Sunday, and they might think like, hey, that guy might not like that, or that female might not like that. So let's not discuss that. I don't want to talk about that right now. Hopefully, they'll understand me as we get old, I mean, during a relationship, and they'll convert to, how I feel about certain things. And then we see that they don't happen. You know what I'm saying? It causes
Right.
conflicts of interest and stuff. So I think as far as understanding, like a lot of people don't discuss that. Communication is everything.
Mhm.
And I think,
When you avoid the tough conversation, you're setting it up for a serious situation.
That part. You gotta have them tough conversations. Be who you are. Because if you change who you are to get the person, best believe to keep that person, you're gonna have to continue not being yourself. So be who you are from the beginning. And if you scare them off because of that, then good. You just saved yourself wasted time, wasted years, wasted having kids with somebody that you weren't gonna be with. Like
mhm,
you're saving yourself time by being exactly who you want to be in the beginning, instead
yeah,
of changing yourself because you like the person so much. So I wanna be who I need to be to please them. If you do that, you're forever having to be somebody else to please them.
yeah. I like Norris. I like Desmond Norris. And he said, "How can you understand someone else's needs when you don't even understand yours?" A
Ooh.
lot of folks have trauma that they haven't been faced yet. Yeah, I think that is true.
Hey,
You
hey, you need to make that comment a stat so it could be reposted. Because yes, sir.
know.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, you need to post that on Facebook, Desmond, or
Yes,
something
sir.
like that, because you know what I'm saying, that's the truth that hurts a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't understand themselves, man, and they out there, you know what I'm saying, throwing a toxic self on people and stuff like that, and then blaming them. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, yeah, Ginger said, yes, but also communicate to understand, not to respond. Okay, yeah, I like that. I like that too. I like
Mhm.
that too. Um, what's up, Miss Rosen? And she said, yeah, exactly. Be yourself at all times and quit falling for potential. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people fall for the potential.
Yeah, yeah.
You see that person and you like the potential in them, and you're like, yeah, I like that potential. I see that they can, they might be, that keyword might,
Yeah.
and
I
stuff like that.
hope.
Yeah, I hope this. I mean, I haven't found a guy that's this close, you know what I'm saying, to being what I want, and he might be the one. So, but yeah, man, I had a few more questions. I had a few more questions, but man, we reaching like an hour. We over like an hour. I know people tapping in and stuff. If y'all want to do one more question, I could do one more question and stuff like that. But if y'all ready to tap out, it's good, man. I could always do a part 3, part 4, part 5, part 6, part 7, or whatever. But you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you might have to do a part three because you ain't get it through all your questions.
I don't ever get through all the questions, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I don't ever get through all, but that's a good thing though. You know what I'm saying? When people respond and you know what I'm saying, they throwing out um they're throwing out their reasons for the the topic and the answers that we're providing and stuff like that. It always makes good conversation. So, but yeah, actually I could save it on the next show. The next show next week is uh what exactly does a man want? So, next Friday, what I'm saying, 8 p.m., same time. The show is gonna be what exactly does a man want? And when I posted this, I had a lot of females hitting me saying that men don't know what the hell they don't know what the hell they want.
Uh-huh.
However, they was already saying why men couldn't answer that, or they don't know what they want and all that. And I'm sure they was
So
doing
you
all kind of
Got some
stuff like that.
answers for next week.
Yeah, so man, that's gonna be
you,
a
you know
spicy.
what I don't like about that, and it goes both ways.
Okay,
From
yeah,
my
because I yeah.
But the thing I don't like about that is that we will never learn the other gender when you're asking men a certain question and women are answering for them. It's like stop
True,
answering for them and let
true,
them answer
true.
so
And
we
that's
can understand. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
no. I'm just saying because I'm looking at cornbread, and cornbread look like he ready. He look like he already ready
Oh
for.
yeah, I'm ready. Because
he,
really, when they comment on there, I saw those comments that you're talking about. And what some women, not all women, some women like to personalize this conversation to what happened to them. They might have dealt with a dude who didn't know what he wanted. So now
Mhm.
in
mm,
her mind, every dude don't know what he wants. And
Right.
she approaches this situation and saying, "Oh, these dudes don't know what they want," based off her own personal experience,
Mhm.
not a
mm-hmm.
worldly experience. So that's a problem too, and we got to
Right.
address all that.
Right. And that's
Mm,
what I'm saying. If we want to get better at the communication, if we want to get better at understanding the opposite gender, when a question is asked to men, ladies, y'all gotta lay off for answering for them. And that's why when you said that about men being afraid of women, no, women are controlling in a lot of situations. And so we need to sit back more and let men talk. We say we want them to talk and communicate, but then we override them and then we get mad when they shut down.
man,
Amen.
cornbread.
Hallelujah.
I'm liking Brandy, man.
Okay, but I'm
Hallelujah.
done. I'm done. I'm done.
I'm liking Brandy, man. Brandy, hey, Brandy.
Brandy. Shout out to
Brandy.
Brandy.
Get the claps for
Amen.
Hey,
Brandy being a dope
Cornbread, I just want
guest.
to shout out to you. You're so patient. I'm like, you're so quiet. And then when you talk, you say your thing, and then you sit back again.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
for
love
sure,
it. I
for
love
sure,
it.
for sure. Miss Adams say, "Yeah, let them speak for themselves. That's what you gotta do. You gotta let that man speak, ladies. Let that man speak. I mean, you doing all the talking, you doing all that rap, and he just sitting back. Understand what he got to say. Just do a little understanding and stuff like that. Understand each other. But
Hmm.
hey, Brandy, I'm not gonna lie, you've been a dope guest. So I can't wait. I would love to have you back on again. If you want to come
Yes.
back on again next week when we
Okay.
talk about what a man really want, and then I'm thinking I'm gonna switch up next week after that, what a woman really wants, or something like that, or whatever. So we
This
just
paper.
go we just go keep we
Woo.
just go keep tapping in. We go keep locking in and stuff like that. And I appreciate you for being a guest and coming on, or whatever. And
These conversations got to be had, y'all. We got to have them. The tough conversations, like Cornbread said, we got to have the tough conversations. It's time. That's the only way we're going to break these generational habits, these
mm,
traumas, everything we're
mm-hmm.
dealing with. It's time to have these conversations.
Yeah, facts. And like I said, man, if y'all want to tap, like I said, if y'all missed the show, if y'all caught it late, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be on YouTube, it's gonna be on LinkedIn, it's gonna be on Spotify, Apple Podcast, it's gonna be on whatever you want it to be on, or whatever you can reach. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be everywhere, or you could just watch it again on Facebook. Again, because I hate when people inbox me and say, "Man, I missed the show." I'm like, "Well, I mean, you missed the live show,
Yeah, go
but
watch the
you
replay.
can, yeah, go watch the replay. Just like if you miss
Right.
some on TV and you DVR it, you go back and watch it again. So just watch it over or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And if you comment, or if you make a comment pertaining to my guest, I'm pretty sure they're gonna comment back and respond to whatever you said anyway. But like I said, man, I appreciate y'all for tapping in, cornbread and brandy or whatever. And I hit y'all up, you know what I'm saying? uh in a couple days and see if y'all free, see if y'all available to chime in, or if anybody else want to chime in on next week's show, you could be a guest too. I'm not discriminating.
Yeah.
If you want to come on and voice your opinion on some of these topics, or even call, you could do that. You could be like Cornbread. You could be like Miss Brandy on here doing anything, making time out, which I very much appreciate it. And I thank y'all for coming on.
You're welcome, brother. I appreciate you too.
All right, man. I'll see y'all later. I'll see y'all next week, hopefully. So
Okay.
Already.
100.
Peace.
All right, so look, man, that was a dope show, man. You know what I'm saying? I like shows like that when we discussing um, you know what I'm saying, relationships and stuff like that, because shows like this everybody can relate to. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can relate to a show discussing men, females, women needs and stuff like that, relationships, because we all can relate to that. You know what I'm saying? If I'm discussing politics, or if I'm discussing hip-hop, or if I'm discussing racism or domestic abuse, everybody can't relate to that. You know what I'm saying? But as far as when we discussing these relationships or the needs from a man or a female, you know what I'm saying, everybody can relate to that. And it's going to be more shows like that. So like I say, the next week's show is going to be what a man wants. What do men really want? What do we want out there? Now I'm gonna tell y'all, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let y'all know. And Cornbread said he go tap back in, and whoever, any other guys that want to come back on this show and want to say what they really want, or saying what the females is not giving them and stuff like that, you could do that too. Y'all could come on too. Just inbox me or whatever. And it's all love. Like I say, it ain't no discriminating or nothing like that. So, like I say, next week's show, what a man really wants. And then the week after that, what a female really wants. And then after that, we might have to take a little break or whatever. Might be, you know what I'm saying, shifting locations and stuff like that. We'll see about that. But until the meantime, man, you know what I'm saying, I'm finna get out of here, man. Y'all be safe, y'all be blessed, and y'all be positive, because you know what I'm saying, negative people don't get where they need to be in life by being negative, man. So man, y'all be positive out there, y'all be safe out there. I'm gonna hit y'all later, man. And enjoy the weekend, man. So I holla 100.